Okay guys, today I'm going to teach you guys how to beat the final bouncer mission in Yakuza Kiwami 2. The first thing you're going to want to do is collect at least a couple, I recommend 3 or 4, of the thunder katanas. It also helps greatly to have infinite durability weapons, and I'm going to show you where you can get those in a minute. Now, defeating the final bouncer mission does take a bit of prep, but I will explain the process as best I can. So, at a certain point in the game, you will unlock a special merchant called Kamiyama Works, and at first he won't have much stock, so the way to increase stock is simple. You simply buy expensive weapons and sell him expensive weapons. The more expensive the weapon is originally, the more you get back. Eventually, you will unlock all sorts of weapons and all sorts of armors. It's well worth it, as many of these weapons are infinite durability. You may need to watch special DVDs and unlock fighting skills to use some of them. Dragon Sticks, Skull Tonfa, you have to unlock these. I actually didn't know this scroll existed. It's probably because I beat the game. I beat it very recently. The story's very good. Yakuza series is fantastic. Now, the weapons I recommend, once you unlock them, is the Photon Blade, very good, it does 88 attack, and the illegal Poison Kodachi, which will be your bread and butter when doing the final bouncer mission. The other weapon you need is the Electric Katana. So I already have some in my inventory, as well as the Demon Blade Murasmasa, which I won't be using, but will be a handy backup. Now, if you're wondering, how do I get all of the yen, the millions and millions of yen necessary to unlock all of these weapons? Well, the best way is to proceed along the sideline missions, the bonus missions. You can do the Karabet Club missions, where you run a club, hostess, and they entertain people. You do the entire quest line. It's a lot of fun. It's a good story. You can date all of the hostesses, and it's the best way to earn money. You can also do the construction side mission, where you defend the base, basically, but that will not get you as much money as doing the club mission. So be sure to do that storyline and get plenty of yen. Now, before you start this, here are some considerations. First, you want to load out your weapons. This is my current loadout. I use the Photon Blade in my upper slot, the illegal Poison Kodachi in my right wing slot, and the Silhouette Katana, which is a lightning blade, on my left slot. And I have plenty of other weapons here. As you can see, these two are infinite durability. Now for gear, these are the ones I recommend. You won't have all of them, so you can choose, what you like depending on what you have, but Sacred Wood Armor is a must. It adds defense, and it automatically guards against gun attacks. This is a very valuable piece of armor. I have it on me at all times. There's also the War God Talisman, which I really enjoy. I know that you can unlock an ability where you taunt and you refill your heat, but the War God Talisman is just very, very useful because it will always fill your heat. It's basically infinite heat. And then Heavenly Beast Bracelets, which prevent all attacks with added effects. So stuns, burning, it's all got. This is my loadout. I'm going to show you how to beat the final bouncer mission on Legendary. Pandemonium Legend. Here we go. This is the hardest mission in the entire game. It has the hardest enemies, all flat. So what you want to do first is simply slice everyone up. This is the most efficient way. Try not to take too much damage, but don't worry too much. They also drop a lot of weapons, so you can simply use ones that fall. I'm going to try to do this in one run, but we'll see how it goes. Keep in mind, you do have infinite heat, so if you really want to, you can just trigger heat events. You can just trigger heat attacks repeatedly, and you won't take any damage. It will take a lot longer though, so I just recommend slicing. One technique I like to use is to slice them up and then run away, and then when they run after you, they will bunch up sometimes, so you can get more. As you can see, I automatically blocked that bullet. Now, you don't have to use heat on gunners because they have very low health, so you can just run up to them and swing once and they'll die. Make a note that the weapons that are dropped are far more powerful than anything that you have. Minus the sharp knives, those aren't that strong. And keep in mind, if you do a heat special, most weapons will simply break. You're going to want to focus on the gunners because, as you can see, they take a good amount of health away. Hopefully we have enough for the final bosses. And here we go. This is the first Amon boss. You want to focus on him and him alone. I always start with one heat action. Run away as soon as you can. Switch weapons. Now, I don't know if this is necessary, but it feels like if I use the same weapon, it does less damage. It could be in my head. Now, you want to do this as fast as possible, because the other Amon brothers will come. When they go into heat mode, don't be afraid, pull out your silhouette katana. After this, their shield will activate. You can't do any damage to them while they have the shield, so just focus on whittling down the surrounding enemies. As soon as he's out of heat, you want to pull out your katana and try to isolate him. Then you just whittle down his health to nothing. Use the extra time you have to basically beat him up. These guys get very annoying, so the less of them, the better. Although it's not completely necessary, as I'll show you a little trick later. One potential good item to equip for this is the payback ring. Although I personally like my loadout too much to use it. It can help you, especially as your health gets whittled down. If you can, try to target multiple people with a heavy attack, although it's hard to pull off because usually it just triggers a heat action. And here the Jomon Boss comes. It's very simple to defeat him. First, you want to exhaust his health bars. Remember to try and do this as fast as you can because the last Amon brother will come and they will double team you. Be very careful. It's very simple, however, to defeat him, as all you have to do is run in circles with a little bit better than I did. Don't be mad if you can't get it on your first try. It's a really tricky fight because of the mob harassing you constantly. Here we are on our second try, unfortunately. One good weapon is the Dragon Fist. It's a very short, quick heat action. Heat mode is extremely valuable for this, so I really wouldn't recommend the fight without it. It can be done. You have to be very careful. As you can see, I just lost a crap ton of health. So you simply want to run in circles as perfectly and as quickly as you can, and they usually cannot hit you. And... as you can see, it's a massive pain in the ass. Also, please keep a note, you do have access to a special attack. You press B, and it will unleash a special attack specific to that weapon type. It occurs to me I completely forgot to read that scroll I bought. No matter. We'll try to knock this out anyway. Now, the weapon scroll is very useful because it actually adds infinite durability. All you have to do is put away your weapon and pull it back out before it breaks, and it will be completely restored to max health. This will make the final bouncer mission a lot easier. If you end up dying over and over and over and over and over again, try not to lose heart. The final bouncer mission is not balanced or fair. The basic strategy, however, does work. So the key here is just to run in circles. Run, run, run. There's really nothing you can do other than run in circles until his shield runs out. Try to run with the camera view facing him, as it'll make it much more likely that you will block bullets. So one technique you can use is to run around this thing and while they have their shield up, keep them chasing you. Be careful with this because they can shoot straight on and his machine gun will do a lot of damage if it hits you. As you can see there. Now that we've taken down the second Amon brother, there's really only one thing left. Now, this is the easiest of all bosses, ironically, and I'll show you why once he appears. So the trick here is extremely simple. Run in circles, perfect circles. The best part of this strategy is that he'll take out the enemy mobs. Simply keep circling him until he takes out the majority of enemies. This is my favorite technique and favorite part of this fight. Be careful not to get hit by the flying bodies. Try to rest when you can. Oh god. Ah! Once you've defeated the second brother, things are rather simple. You just need to wait for the last one. But you need to be very careful because he can one-shot you with his bazooka. The reason I recommend the silhouette katana is because it's one of the strongest weapons in the game, in my opinion. It doesn't have the highest attack rating, but the stun is priceless. So just run in circles while he does all the work for you, killing those enemies. They have massive amounts of HP, so this is the best method. Be careful as the big units will try to stun you. Once you get rid of all the mobs, this fight is very easy. Simply run in circles, not too close. Once you whittle his health down and his shield arises, he'll start doing melee. It's a good idea to bait him into melee so that you can rest and switch your weapons. Just keep running in a circle until his shield runs out. Just a note, he telegraphs his rocket launcher by, it tilts upward in the air, so that's when you know he's trying to launch a rocket, but I would play it safe. Simply come in every so often to attack. I would not get too brave with this enemy, as one missile shot will kill you. And there we go. So this isn't the easiest thing to do. It's actually extremely hard and may take you several times. Prep is key. I wouldn't even attempt this fight without all your gear, a bunch of weapons, and plenty of silhouette katanas. But that's how you beat the last bouncer mission on Legendary. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.